Greetings, my name is Dan, and I am making this video for the Facebook group titled Taylor, Michigan Community Info and Local Politics. And I'll cut right to the chase. I don't think I've ever made a video for this group, but there was one issue that came up in Taylor City Council that I feel I cannot ignore as a Taylor resident. So I'll cut right to the chase. At a December 21st City of Taylor City Council meeting, the City Council chair by the name of Doug Geiss has placed a de facto ban on any member of the audience sighing. In other words, you can't do this at a Taylor City Council meeting. Now, let's just, I'm going to first quote the chairperson, what he said. And this is from a video that was shot during a City of Taylor City Council meeting on December 21st by a group member. And the chair during that meeting, towards the end of the meeting, and the meeting is posted in this group, he said, and I quote, "I will remind the audience that outbursts, including heavy sighs, the sighs can be a detriment to this discussion we are having here." He also went on to also object to anybody clapping during meetings. Now, let's forget the First Amendment issue here and the Michigan Open Meetings Act issue. Let's just look at the logic of that statement. How is the city council, how does anyone determine what is a heavy sigh and what is a light sigh? I mean, and a sigh by definition, in large part, is expressing emotion. So that means not only does the City of Taylor City Council chair not want residents to be allowed to sigh, they don't want any emotion expressed during meetings. So just on that logic alone, who determines what a heavy sigh is and what's not a heavy sigh? Does that mean that a citizen is going to get publicly reprimanded for sighing? I think so. And I think what Doug Geiss is saying here, obviously, is that he doesn't want people showing up at city council meetings, because if he can't sigh, then what else can you not do? Does that also apply to, what if you're hearing something that you don't agree with and you're sitting in the audience and you roll your eyes or shake your head or express some kind of emotion about a particular city policy that's going to be instituted or not instituted? Just the argument on that merit alone is ridiculous. It's absurd. Secondly, now let's look at the First Amendment. The way I read the First Amendment is that if you go to a public meeting, you're allowed to express emotion. So who made that rule? Now, Chairman Doug Geiss, he's an engineer at Ford Motor. I'm not questioning his ability at all as an engineer. As far as I know, he's a fine engineer. But Ford Motor, an engineering meeting at Ford Motor is not the same thing as a public meeting in a city hall anywhere in America. And to institute a de facto ban on anybody sighing in the city council chamber is absurd. It is unconstitutional. It's against the First Amendment, and I think it's a direct violation of the Michigan Open Meetings Act. And I've been watching a lot of the city council meetings that a very good group member has been posting. I think her name is Amy Summers Atwood. I hope I'm okay in mentioning her name, but she's done a lot of work in supplementing the videos that the city hall is supposed to be making, and is not. So I'm glad that she's posting these videos. But it's just ridiculous. And anybody who sighs and gets reprimanded publicly by the city, that is just plain wrong. And here's the other argument. When you sign up to run for public office, the core part of that function, that job that you're signing up for, is to sit during city council meetings and hear comments And if a person is so sensitive that they cannot tolerate people in the audience eliciting a sigh, then you're probably not cut out to be a public official anyway. So I just wanted to say that. And what I think the only remedy of this is for people to show up at Taylor City Council and exercise your constitutional rights. Sit in the city council chair and sigh. Because if these city council people are going to take the attitude that people aren't allowed to express any form of emotion while sitting in the audience, that's like a dictatorship. This isn't Russia, this is America. And you can't have a city hall run like an engineering management meeting at Ford Motor Company. The two things are completely different. I think this is really just imbecilic and nonsensical, and it calls into question leadership at Taylor City Hall. So I just wanted to say that more people need to show up at Taylor City Hall and watch these people like a hawk. And if they're telling you that they don't want you showing up at City Hall, that's all the more reason why you do need to show up at City Hall during meetings and to sit there for a couple hours and suffer through it. Find out what's going on in the city. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, and it's just my opinion for what it's worth. Your mileage will vary. Thanks very much for looking in, and Happy New Year.